YouTube, what's going on? Horse Racing Gamer here. Welcome back to everybody's beloved favorite series on the channel, and that's Gallop 2004, which is also my favorite series. Every time I come here, I always get paranoid because I always remember there were 3 horses at the top, and I forget we were tired solo rider. Like, why am I doing that to myself? See, without having so many horses, I probably wouldn't be having that reaction, but because I have so many horses, you can understand where I could get a little bit scared and worried, right? Yeah. So, if you guys aren't in our Discord, what I decided I'm going to start doing is I'm going to start updating the Discord probably on a weekly or bi-weekly basis of our most winningest top sires and broodmares, essentially how they do in real life. I think it'd be a good way to keep track of the horses that have contributed to, I should say, the horses of the past that have contributed to the horses of the present and eventually the future, and how well they'll do on track, and we'll see a common theme. What I can say off of what I recorded so far, based off of our current Hall of Famers, Pink Gemstone has been the best broodmare we've had. Again, according to our current Hall of Famers, not horses that we're currently racing with that are future Hall of Famers, but horses that are no longer racing. Pink Gemstone has actually contributed to the best bunch of those winningest horses as far as the broodmares are concerned. So again, it just goes to show you, Pink Gemstone, I don't even think she won a title, and she didn't get into the Hall of Fame. She didn't win in GWS, but you see, breeding her with the right sires or the right studs, having them sire her foals, you see what it ended up producing for us. And that's, to me, the whole point of breeding. Yes, you want to win your titles, but sometimes if you're just starting or if you're trying to find that perfect mix. And here's a horse, Tigress of Stone from Pink Gemstone. And it's no surprise that Tigress of Stone herself is also giving us some of our strongest horses we currently have on track. And you see the pedigree. Pink Gemstone just came from Arctic Crop and Night Breeze. So it's really a testament to show you Arctic Crop long term, I think, has been a great sire for us when you look 3 and 4 generations down the line. So if anybody's interested in Arctic Crop in your game, I suggest using him, but don't expect immediate results unless you use him with a really strong broodmare. I used him with Night Breeze. She was definitely one of the weakest of our bunch. But again, you can see the progress that she has developed. And Arctic Crop, he's in several of our best horses, so I'll be updating that in the Discord and probably adding some additional things over time. Oh yeah, I forgot. I did name our yearlings off screen. So let's go ahead and take you guys to that. Let's see if I can remember these names right off the bat. So, going for gold. Where's my spreadsheet? Because I had everybody's names specifically ID'd. I want to make sure I give proper credit to whoever came up with the names. Alright, so kicking off here, going for gold. This filly from Golden Boy out of Real Happy, this name was supplied by Caden. So Caden, if you're watching, this will essentially be your filly as we progress forward. Moving on next to a Gentle House and Chasing Hearts foal. This is Heart of Stone, Vins. This is your girl, so hopefully she does well. I'm sure she will. Chasing Hearts has also been good for us. Gentle House, I think, is and will prove to be an amazing sire. So Heart of Stone, Vins, this is yours. We move on to Gentle House and Butterfly Effect, essentially kind of my project horse. Big Friday, that's the name the game actually gave, and I liked it. I thought it fit, and I'm not going to change it. So this colt from Gentle House out of Butterfly Effect is Big Friday. Next, we move on to Gentle House out of Free Fear, technically another one of my project horses. You Made Me Promise. Promises is what I wanted the name to be, but I couldn't fit it. You guys know that song. It's an awesome 80s pop song from the band Naked Eyes. Shout out to any of you that know that song. So yeah, You Made Me Promises. Promises. That is this filly. And I cannot wait to see how she does on track. This is love. It breaks my heart. Okay, I'm not going to sing the song, but those of you that know the song, you know the song. Great song. Abigail, this is your girl. Fairy Singer and Galaxy Star. Falling Stars is the name of this colt. And I thought I would give him something a little bit different. And I think it's still great. I mean, you have Fairy Singer and Galaxy Star, Falling Stars. It's actually a pretty close play on words there for both horses. So Falling Stars, I think he'll be a fun colt to work with. I'm very curious how Fairy Singer will actually do, since I think I used him 2 or 3 times. We'll see. But last but not least, Gentle House and Black Ruby produced a filly, Phoenix Rising, and KNS. This is your baby girl. So KNS, Abigail here for Falling Stars. My two horses, You Made Me Promises, Big Friday, and then Heart of Stone for Vins, and Going for Gold with Caden. Those are the 6 yearlings, all named, and I'm looking forward to seeing how they will obviously all turn out, because we're still kind of trying to find that perfect breeding pair, so to speak, and once I do, we'll double down on it. But without further ado, let's get into racing for today. Somebody's going to challenge me to a stupid jockey, whatever. Not doing it. Goodbye. And let's get ready. All right, it is time to kick off today's video with a 9 furlong open race with Naked Chariot. I had to get him back because the last time I used him, I wasn't even recording these videos with commentary. So, long time ago, people. It's like it's over half a decade in real life that I haven't actually used this horse in game. So I thought it was enough time to give him a chance. And I'm really excited to see what he'll be like with our current brood mares. We have to beat one horse. Wish they would kind of just give us just 14th instead of 13th, but it's fine. And I can't remember what his stats are like at his peak. I know I can go into single mode and look at them, but I'm not going to do that. I like Naked Chariot. He was a very fun dirt horse to work with. Good distance as well. His speed and stamina shouldn't be a problem once he's at his peak. They're low right now. I think he'll be low to mid 70s tops. I wonder if he'll even... He's technically S ranked. I mean, if stamina's at 65, that's fine. I wonder how high the speed will get. I feel like most of the 40s should hit 70s, but not high 70s. It'll be mid to low. Again, the idea is to breed him with a really strong dirt to brood mare. And that'll take care of the rest of that. I just came back from recording Gallop Racer 2003. So I'm jumping games literally in the course of 20 minutes. That wasn't as... Remember, like, I used to do that, and it used to cause me such an issue going back and forth. Hasn't really been the case now. And I don't know if that's because I've been playing the games more and not taking such a long break. And I think that's the main thing I try not to do with either game. Yeah, there was a stretch of time, obviously, where I couldn't record for a month, maybe a little over that. But that's, like, the longest I'll go for the most part. Otherwise, I don't try to take the long hiatus away from playing any Gallop Racer game like I used to, where I would not play for months. That is when I really lost my mojo, and it took me a while to kind of get back into, into my rhythm. But now it's a couple of weeks, maybe a month tops, and I'll bounce around from each game, so I don't feel completely rusty once I come back. It also helps when you have better horses, so you're not having to have such a huge adjustment. Back when I would come back to like this game after playing 2003, our horses still were not at the level they're at now. Not even close. Like, we know every year we're going to get some super horses now. That's a given. I mean, we won the GWS in our second time. Lost the head-to-head. It's not ideal, but we have plenty of stamina left to go. I'm hoping we'll have a decent run at the end. Don't fall in last place, Chariot. Come on, brother. Keep fighting. Okay. We just need to beat one horse. And that 9 horse is beat. And fortunately for us, that's all we need to do. So it's just going to be like that with Naked Chariot for a while. And I'm intentionally going to try to delay racing him as long as I can. That really is the goal. And when I say that, I mean, I'm going to try my best to only race him every so often until he starts to get stronger. I would hate to risk losing him because I race him too often, and just one of those bad races that can mess us up. Well, we're getting right into the mix of things, starting off with the Grade 1, the Summer Cup. Vivid Eyes is here. Not the favorite. She's expected to finish 4th behind Vivid Legend. She is from Vivid Legend, is she not? She is. So she's racing her father here today. He's going to be tough to beat. Because her stats never quite really hit a high ceiling. She pretty much tapped out at like the mid to high 70s. I think her heart rating may have been close to 80, but that was about it. I think I'm still on the fence about using her as a broodmare just because of her lackluster stats, but I think her racing resume makes a little bit better of a case for her. But again, we'll have to double verify if that really is worth it, but we'll see. She's been successful. It's just compared to some of the other horses we could retire for brood mares. We have to be more picky about that. I know sometimes, we want to retire all of our greatest horses and use them for breeding. We can't. We don't have the space. It's only 8 spots for sires, 8 spots for brood mares. You got to pick. You got to pick which horses you really want to move in and move out. You don't have the luxury of using everybody. Not if you want to keep consistent lines going. Now, maybe you want to play the game in a way where you use a horse once and then you replace them. I couldn't do that because I feel like we would really miss out on some great generational building if we just get rid of horses after a year. That to me feels like a waste. To race them for so much and then to only use them for 1 year's worth of breeding, if they achieved a lot on track. Now, for the horses that didn't really achieve that much, but we retired them anyways because we had the space, that's a different story. Sometimes those horses are just one and done. But in the case of like a Cleopatra, a Galaxy Star, you're not using those horses. You're not achieving the success you achieve with those horses to only get one foal out of them, right? That's kind of mad, So it's the only thing, and then really all the Gallop Racer games, like you have to be selective. Except for 2006, which that game is just different in its own right compared to any of the previous titles. But in this game, 2003, Gallop Racer 3, you have to be selective for the most part. So Vivid Eyes, like I said, she's still undecided yet. I'm not sure. We'll see who's back there. I mean, I don't think she's strong enough to replace any of the current broodmares we have back there, especially statistically. I don't really want to mess that up, so. Well, we'll see how it goes. All these stupid advertisements on this Gallop Racer soundtrack video. Wasn't getting that with my other background music. A little bit annoying. Here we go. A little bit of a late start. I think she'll be able to dig in. Come on, Vivid. You're right there. You're right there. Less than a furlong and a half left to go. She's really grinding. Can she make a run here at the end? She's pushing, clawing. Vivid Eyes. There's a stretch burst. Could that help her get the win? No, the 8 is still there. Oh, man. She would have just... I think I got started a tad bit too late. They'll probably give me a B rating for that stretch run, and I would agree. Ah, man. They gave me A because we finished in second. I guarantee if we finished worse than that, they would have given us B or C. So definitely got her started a tad bit late there. She was fighting, man. She was fighting as hard as she could. I should have put her in a better spot. That's on me. Good effort still, not quite what we wanted. Just like that, we have to move on to another grade 1. The Virgo Stakes here in New York. 9 furlongs on the dirt. Little My. Still don't tell me her leg type. I think she is legitimately a closer last time I checked. We are expected to finish second behind Sunny Derby. Pretty good horse. They're still not telling me her speed, her stamina. They're still not telling me virtually anything about her. What is with the secrecy? Like, we've done well with her. I don't get it. I really do not get it. Did I even save what I thought I saved on here? I don't know if I did. I'm pretty sure she's a closer and Eastside Band is a front runner. So, yeah. Runner's a closer. And winning this race would be awesome. Her stats look amazing. She's from former opera Ada Moontrapper, secretary to Moontrapper. Like, she should be solid in the speed and stamina categories, but the game's not telling me, so I can't say that for sure. Little My, big test here today. But she comes from Secretariat, so she should be able to do her thing and hopefully get this win on the dirt. Sunny Derby's not a joke, though. I can't sleep on that horse, and I'm certainly not. So our work is not quite done yet. Almost a perfect start. Great start for Little My. She is a closer, so I'm going to go ahead and hold her back. Hold back, hold back. Hold back, please. You know the deal, my girl. We have to be in last place. Apparently, that's the only way you want to run. And these other 2 horses behind me, their jockeys, are not smart enough to move them around me. They were just sitting behind us. Like, you guys can move, No, you want to go a little bit faster. You're fine. Just wanted to make sure we got to the back here. They're still running 6 wide up there. Unbelievable. No revolution today because If I could have gotten her settled quicker, that would have been nice. I don't know if the rail is going to be open. I'm a little bit hesitant about keeping her to the rail if it's not there. Gosh. I don't know what to do. The rail or what? Doesn't really look like it's open, so I may have to take her on an outside trip. Okay, we got to move now. I remember at Secretariat, I would wait too long sometimes, and I'd messed up his races. Now, she has great stamina, which is good to see, so... Does this actually... I was going to say, that has to activate closer. Awesome. There we go. Great run. Now, the field's got to catch her. The field has got to catch Little Mine. She's got plenty of stamina left in the tank. Oh, this race is over. What a run. She is a serious deep closer, man. She is really the prodigy of Secretariat. And then she has that gutsiness of Moontrapper in there with the consistency. And she blows that field away as a second favorite. Not even close. Little Mine with a dominating victory in the Virgo Stakes. Let's go, my girl. Okay, it's a big grade 1 Gallop Racer. Can we show us everything? Like her speed, her stamina, her maximum distance, her leg type, even though I already know it. Now, finally, we start revealing more of her stats. What a win, man. Little Mai absolutely walking away with it. Makes it easy. At least 5 length winner right there. 7 lengths. I lied. Sunny Derby finished in 6th. Yeah, we lost points on every other category except for the consistency and the spurt, which was right on. This means we have a grade 1 horse. Well, no kidding, Riviera. I knew she was a grade 1 horse. I just want to know what the rest of her stats are. And just like that, we're moving on to another grade 1 with yet another one of our great 3-year-old fillies. First, I thought that 6 horse said Toyota Corolla. It's just Corolla. It's Japanese. Toyota's made in... You guys get it. That's clearly a thing. Classy and Smart up in the Dublin Derby, 12 furlongs. She is the favorite by not too much of a margin. Legal Station. That horse again? I just recorded an episode of 2003 where that horse was like supposed to be the favorite or the second favorite. So apparently in both games, in 2003 and 2004, Legal Station is going to become a problem. Problem Station should be the name of the horse. Problem Station. Get away from us. I'm kidding. If it means more competition, sure. I think she's the only filly in this field. She is a mid to closer. 10 furlongs is her minimum distance. Don't know her max. Her power rating thinks. That's a little bit concerning. Who's she from? She's from Golden Boy out of Free Fear. Yeah, her stats were not good at the top of her prime. I'm kind of concerned, which I don't know if that's a Free Fear problem. It has to be a Free Fear problem. Golden Boy has like double S's and A's everywhere. She would look a lot stronger if she inherited more of his better stats. I feel like she got more of her mother's stats, so Free Fear, even though I like her flexibility with turf and dirt for breeding, she's a horse I may not want to use too much more because, I don't know. If this horse is kind of an example of what we could get, and keep in mind as well, Golden Boy as a sire does have that fast growth type, so I guess if you're not using him with really the strongest broodmare to make sure your horses can run well beyond 3 with good stats, you might get a Classy and Smart here, who I'm totally not saying is going to, hit the wall or have a bad season or anything, but statistically she's not what I thought she would be, and she's already on the decline of her stats, so that's definitely concerning. And that's something I have to think about. I like her. I like her look and everything, but yeah, I don't know. Like, it always depends on how the horses do on track. Then I can overlook their stats, right? Moontrapper, prime example. She didn't have the greatest stats. She was average. She was above average for, I think, an A-ranked horse at her best. And it was her consistency on track that led her to being a great broodmare for us. Because, again, I focused on grade 2s with her. I made her my first ever trial and error grade 2 horse, where after I realized she couldn't win or compete at the grade 1 level and win it, I'm like, well, let's see if we run her in grade 2s for like a year or two. We did that, and you guys hear how much I talk about Moontrapper. I think as of the current horses on track, her and I think Tigress of Stone or Chasing Hearts, but more so Moontrapper, have actually given us the most successful horses we've currently had on track, or just recently retired, future Hall of Famers. So maybe Classy and Smart may be that type of horse. She may not statistically be great to look at on paper, but she could turn out to be very consistent in the way that she becomes like a moon trapper. She's got a good pedigree with Golden Boy. Western Tiger is in her DNA, so there's strength in there. I think it's just a matter of trying to get down to the bottom of it. And Golden Boy has double S stamina, now I think about it, so I should be able to run this for a long time. Now, I don't know if her power rating will hit her once we get down to this stretch. She's got the stamina to keep pushing, man. The 9 is right there with us. Come on, Classy. Pull away. Now, this may hurt. And it's not hurting. She's actually pulling away even more from Legal Station. Look at that. Let's go, baby. Classy and smart with the win, as she needed to do. And our girl gets it done. Wins the Dublin Gold Cup, 12 furlongs. Now, like, one thing I sometimes have been forgetting when I say her name, she's got that double S stamina for Golden Boy. That's hard to pass up. I'm like conveniently forgetting literally her best attribute, and it's her double S stamina. So that on its own, I think, actually makes a good case to keep her around for breeding. And as long as she can continue to run a couple more years, then yeah, she'll be fine. I always forget, Golden Boy is like the only stud, one of the only studs that has like double S stamina back there. It's crazy. More grade 1s, people. I think this is what you guys like to see. On top of, the breeding, I think everything we can agree on as far as the enjoyable aspects of this game. Altair Stakes. Is Altair sitting somewhere like Assassin's Creed? That would be awful. I'm kidding. If you know that reference, cool. If you don't worry about it. 12 furlongs again with September Sky. Fresh lights here. It's going to be a tough horse to beat. Secret Partner, Far Voice. Only worried about Fresh Light. I've lost to that horse. That horse is the truth. Meant to track her stats, but it's okay. Wah, 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 wah. Ooh, it's really dark. It's really dark and kind of scary. I'm kidding. Kind of not kidding. Here we go. Wild Expert with the record, 227-9. Here we go. Great start there for September Sky, and as usual, we will send our girl to the front. I could care less who wants to lead. Not your responsibility. Far Voice. You do have a chance to win, but we either have to be in first or last, and I have no desire to drop her back because this field is already too far spread apart, so we are going to be the pace setter today. Not by too much. Don't want to burn her out. September Sky, we'll be retiring her soon, within a year for sure, so no idea who to replace back there. I know I've talked about replacing Chasing Hearts, and granted, she's been great, but she's 15. I think we eventually need to make space. A lot of our other brood mares are basically 9 years old and younger, so we still have technically an additional 6 years of youth for most of our brood mares compared to Chasing Hearts, who's, keep in mind, people, she was our first original horse into the Hall of Fame. That was a while ago in this game, so she's been back there a long time. I didn't race her. They retired her at 6 or 7. 6 tops. I don't even know if I raced her as a 7-year-old. I think I retired her as soon as I could because I was just so happy we finally were able to get more space and things in the breeding barn. So Tracy, she's almost been back there like a whole decade. Let's be honest. She's been back there a long time. And she's given us some quality horses. She's in a couple of pedigrees, so I think replacing her won't be a bad thing. I think she served a very good purpose for us. And we'll just kind of patiently wait here with September Sky. No Revo. That's fine. She should have enough to really... Who is that? Oh, that's Fresh Light, isn't it? Fresh Light's going to have... If Fresh Light is able to catch us, that's insane. Because look at the rest of the field. The rest of the field is nowhere. And Fresh Light's really reeling us in, man. Yep, nothing we can do. Unless she bounces back here in the end, Fresh Light is going to get us. That horse is tired too, though. Maybe we have a chance? No. Then she gets past the horse as soon as we pass the line. What a race. There was nothing I could do. Fresh Light is an amazing horse in this game. So to only lose by 3/4 of a length, and then the next best horse is Golden House, 9 lengths behind. It was really just a duel between us and Fresh Light. And again, maybe at her peak, she wins that race. She's about a year and a half removed from being at her best, and to still finish again less than a length away from Fresh Light, I'm not upset with that at all. So good start overall. We hit all of our goals, 2 Grade 1 wins and 2 places. We'll take it. So let's look at the 3-year-old. Actually, let's look at the first half classifications for the year. Eastside Band, she's a 141 for the long already. Oh my gosh. Eastside Band is absolutely going to annihilate. She's only 3 years old, man. She's a 130 for the mid and the long. Little Mai is a 123 for the mid and the long for 3-year-olds on the dirt. So yeah, Eastside Band is on the turf and the dirt. She's going to be insane. She's already showing that. 4-year-olds, turf. Any of our originals up here? Valley King only 126. That's criminal. Delta Dream 126. Bay City 126. Delta Dream for the dirt though 133. I want to check what broodmares I'm thinking about replacing, which like I said, Chasing Hearts I think makes the most sense. I just want to double check. And maybe Free Fear, because again, I don't know if Free Fear is really like her stats are good. I don't know. It's so confusing to me that Classy and Smart has like a lot of 50. She has 50s and low 60s. I'm like, where are they coming from? Free Fear and Golden Boy's stats are very similar. For the most part. I mean, she's quality. She's double S speed as well. That's so weird. If anything, Black Ruby is actually the weaker one, and I haven't used her enough to see if, we need to remove her or not. So Free Fear actually has Stretch Burst. What about Black Ruby? She has nothing. So technically speaking, if we're replacing anybody after Chasing Hearts, it'd be Black Ruby. Which again, I still want to see if maybe Black Ruby could be worth it. Chasing Hearts, a double S heart. Go figure. She's the only mare back here, broodmare, with double S heart. And it's essentially saying she is, it speaks for itself. She has the most heart, the biggest heart, the most guts of any broodmare back here. The next closest is Black Ruby. She's competitive. Free Fear, My Master. Everybody else is C's. Wow. Or B. Man. That's hard. What do you do in that case? Now, I'm sure you guys can hear that. People on their loud, obnoxious mics, which I like motorcycles, not those type particularly. If you have one, I'm not knocking you. It's just, sometimes it's like, it's 11:45 p.m., It's Thursday. People still have work and school and stuff tomorrow. Some people still have school in some aspects, but regardless, work at least. That's loud to be doing at 11:45. It's a little bit inconsiderate. I'm not being that person. Huh. See, I didn't realize in greater detail, Chasing Hearts, I mean, she has the best guts rating of anybody back there. If I want to get some horses with a lot of heart, I got to keep her around. September Sky, she's 6 years old, and her stats still aren't bad. I mean, she's still fast enough to compete at most levels. She's very responsive. Her stamina hasn't taken a huge drop. She's got 12 Grade 1 wins, and she's finished in the top 2, 24 over 26 times. Talk about consistency. I mean, I think at this point, replacing her for Chasing Hearts wouldn't be bad. Of course, we would lose a horse with a bad heart rating, or with not a good heart rating in September Sky. How many titles does she have? She has mid-champ and GWS Sprint. So launch champ is going to be a little bit more difficult. And I don't know how far deep we are in that. Mile champ? Why have I not been trying that? And why do they hate when they put the horses like months in advance? It's like, you're not going to wait that long 9 out of 10 times. Is she not in the Hall of Fame? No, she definitely is. I just said it. GWS Sprint. Well, I can't put her in the GWS. I don't want to take that away from somebody that might need it. She already has a mid-champ title, so that will do her no good. Like, are we stacking grade ones or still trying to get her another title? Like, it's going to be hard. There's not a whole lot of 8 furlong races left. Sprint champ in October, maybe, but I'm not really, I don't want to wait that long. I kind of want to still get her in some more races, so. Chicago Stakes, 9.5. She has already got a mid-champ. I want to avoid that to the best of my ability. But again, there's really nothing ideal to put her in anyways. That isn't a GWS. Mid-champ, she doesn't need to run 10. I guess I am waiting until here to put her in this Aquarius for a sprint. It's going to be tough, man, but I don't know what else to do with her, really. So that's that. Vivid Eyes, where are you at? So 5 grade ones, and she's finished in the top 3, 19 of her 22 starts. So again, another consistent horse. That's why it's like, you know, she's really an interesting horse. She has Stretch Burst, which is good, but Bears, which is bad. From Vivid Legend on a Moon Trapper. I just told you her, 19 for 22 in the top 3 in her career. And then she has 5 grade 1 wins. She's very consistent. Her stats are nothing impressive. The temper's bad. The feel is not great. The stamina and power, and staying, all those stats were in the 70s, mid 70s. So it's like, I guess if you want a horse just for those stats, she is good. And you just kind of have to deal with everything else. Like, she's good enough to win you half a dozen grade ones, more or less. And to finish consistently in the top 3. That's not bad. There's consistency there. But again, do you want to use that for breeding? With essentially the most important categories at least being in the mid-70s. You're not getting a super horse from her initially. Not unless you breed her with a super stud. So, like, titles. Is she in the Hall of Fame? Yeah, she is. She won the GWS Turf. So, on that merit, she's technically good enough to be used for breeding. But I'm still trying to decide. That's the best plan of action. Last time she won a grade 1 was the Continental last year. Otherwise, she's kind of struggled winning grade 1s over the last year. Not too many wins. Maybe work on a mid-champ title with her. I think that's like the best next thing to do. So I'll see if I can try to get her a mid-champ title. Chicago Stakes, 9.5. See how she handles that. If not, then probably just use her as a horse to just kind of maybe turn her into a grade 2 horse. She could be she is from Moon Trapper. She could kind of carry on that legacy in her mother's place. And obviously she's done much better than Moon Trapper. She won the GWS and she's got 5 grade 1. So she's already much better than her mother. But this is what I mean. At this point when Moon Trapper was struggling to, I think, compete in the grade 1s like I wanted her to, I'm like, let's drop her to grade 2s. I'm kind of getting the same feeling from Vivid Eyes here because I'm not ready to retire her yet until I know for sure I want to do so. So maybe after this grade 1, if she doesn't win it, we'll just drop her to grade 2. She'll have a handicap though, which is kind of annoying, so we'll have to kind of play around that, but we'll see. So Classy and Smart, 80 stamina. So almost all of her stats are revealed except for her response and her heart. Although she was never really that fast. Her power rating was never even close. That's why I mean, like, she's from Golden Boy out of Free Fear. Where does she get the bad power rating from? Unless Golden Boy has it. Maybe it's from him. Yeah, maybe his right side is kind of weak. Let me double check. I didn't recall his right side of his graph being so weak, but maybe it is. That would kind of be annoying. I recall most of his stats are pretty good, but let's see. Maybe I'm misremembering. Maybe I'm misremembering. Okay, he has double S power. His heart rating isn't good. Okay, and toughness and feel are B. Okay, those aren't terrible. So is it Free Fear? Does she just get really, or did the game just give her some really weird RNG of just stats that don't really make sense in some categories? Okay, D power for Free Fear. So that's where she gets it from, the B. Okay. So yeah, the toughness, the feel, and the power, they did all pretty much come from the combination of Free Fear and Golden Boy. So they're not going to give you the fastest horse, but that's so interesting. All right, we're going to schedule 2 more races and get back into this episode. I'll take a break and be right back. All right, we are back here. So Yeah, what I thought was so simple has turned out not to be so simple. Like, she completely inherited Free Fear's bad power rating. Golden Boy is double S. Free Fear is D. That's not even... Is that really D? I thought D was at least in the 50s. C's kind of in the 60s. Low to mid. I don't know. Yeah, not ideal. So, she has 3 grade 1s to her name. She's finished in the top 2. 6 of her 7 starts, so... I mean, 7 of her 7 starts, she's finished in the top 2. So she's certainly no stranger to anything but second place. But, good pedigree, yeah. I'm just really gonna cheese. They gave her a bad power rating. I mean, the toughness makes sense. The speed, thought she'd be a little bit faster, but with all that being said, she's still a quality horse, so, gotta figure out what her max distance is. I want to intentionally put her in a really long race. You can figure that out. She'll most likely win it. 13 furlongs, she's got to run longer than that, and she'll have a handicap in an open anyways. So is there anything that's really going to allow us to kind of put that to the test? Probably not, huh? I saw 15.5 Paris Royal. It's in October. But again, there's nothing else I can run her in, ideally, unless I'm trying to stack grade 1s with her now, but she already peaked so quickly, man. That's the only thing about Golden Boy. It's like, I don't want horses that peak this early. Can you still be successful? Yes, but I feel like your efficiency is just not as high compared to a horse that doesn't peak until later on. So, Classy and Smart, double S. Her and Little Mai, the first of the 3-year-olds to hit a double S rating. 3-year-old originals, that is. Oh, and our 2-year-olds are here. How could I almost forget? I literally was going to schedule this race for Little Mai here and then just totally forget. Speaking of forgetting, Naked Chariot. Let's put you in a race like as far in advance as possible until you're like really upset that you're not racing. And apparently you're okay with waiting as long as you need to wait. So that's sweet. I can really wait this long to race him? That's kind of insane. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to give him a really long layoff. Like, he's 3 now, but he has a long way to go. 9 to 13 furlongs, yeah. I'm definitely going to wait till, like, next year to start racing him again. 9 to 13 on the dirt. Grade 3? I don't even know if he'll be ready for a grade 3. Like I said it when I bought him. I don't want to race him that much until he's really at close to his peak. It's going to be a waste of time. Race him in Ottawa. Handicap a little bit, that's fine, but cool. He won't be racing until next year, deservingly so. And Little Mai. That was her first grade 1 victory there, and she is 7 for 8. Finishing first place, so she's basically almost on an undefeated streak. And we're really in the rhythm with Little Mai. Still don't know her... Even after that win, guys. Even after that win, it still is not... It didn't tell me squat. Oh my gosh. What is the deal with this game, man? That's outrageous, bro. Vivid Let... Wait, she's from... No, she's from former opera at Moon Trapper. So she... Where do I put her? I gotta double check. Who do I have in the GWS hunt? I don't want to put her in. I don't want to put her in a race that she shouldn't be in, or miss one that she should be in. Who's in the sprint? Has that started yet? Root Death. Could put her in the sprint. What about the turf? Little House. Diamond Cup. Diamond Cup and the other race are both... I forgot, she's a dirt horse. Why am I looking at those categories? Dirt. Crazy Hunter. I forgot. We're going for the... we really need to get Crazy Hunter into the Hall of Fame. The fact that she's not is kind of criminal. Formal Opera, though, she should have a decent growth type. She's only 3 years old. I could probably wait to put her in the GWS next year. Little My. I mean, it shows that she's pretty much at her peak now. I don't think she's going to have a major drop-off. I also don't want to miss the window, but again, Crazy Hunter, she's our best dirt horse. You see her stats. She's still this strong, and she's been off of her peak now for almost 2 years. And she's already got 9 grade 1. She just won the Universal Cup. I mean, we have to keep her on the path. I don't think we can take her off. Again, Little Mai is younger. So technically, if we're still trying to get a horse into the GWS, like the older horse has priority because they're only going to have so much time. So, Little Mai with you, we could, you know what? I'm bugging. We can just work on a dirt title for her. I keep forgetting to do that sometimes. If I can't put a horse in GWS, just focus on whatever other title you can acquire. Now, I could run her in the Tokyo Derby today. That'd be asking a lot. But why not, man? After that, she'll need to take a break. There's no dirt races for a while anyway, so I think that'll kind of play out. All right, the 2-year-olds. Before I really forget, let's see what the cost is. So 105 for Angel Hearts, 111 for Lockswood. He's actually the highest valued one, and he's from Gentle House out of Real Happy. Interesting. Okay, let's just go in order. Angel Hearts, 2-year-old colt from Gentle House out of Chasing Hearts. Let's check the pedigree. Nothing crazy, but Arctic Crop, again, who is actually one of the strongest sires we've used on paper. Like, I actually wrote this down on paper. I did my research, and I'm still adding more horses to the list. The horses we're racing now, I'm adding to the list. But Arctic Crop is technically like the best performing sire we've had, which you guys probably didn't seem like it, right? I talk about Western Tiger all the time. I didn't even realize that Arctic Crop has given us a lot of our best horses somewhere, as far as like an initial sire in the pedigree goes. This is Cook's Girl. I know you guys said you want a specific tack. Abigail especially. Let me see. I'm trying to think. We'll do tack in a second here. Marksman. Okay, so Abigail. We're going to go ahead and get Marksman now because I just see your comment about the tack. So we'll do his right now. The others we'll figure out. Oh, and you have tack for Lockwood as well. Okay, cool. Is he next up on the list? No, we'll go in order. I have my phone open. Next up is Glam Queen, our 2-year-old filly from Gentle House out of Free Fear. I hope she certainly doesn't get the bad power rating of her mother, because that would be frustrating now, wouldn't it? Hopefully Gentle House is such a gentle giant of a sire and great that he allows his stats to take over. So there's Glam Queen. Guess she'll kind of be considered my project horse, so I'll probably do the tack for her. Now next up is Lockwood. From Gentle House out of Real Happy. I'm genuinely surprised this is the highest cost one. Do you guys think the actual long-term pedigree plays a role into the cost of the horses? Please, if you're listening, let me know in the comment section below. I know some of you are, so don't ignore it. Do you think do you think the longer and deeper you go into breeding and having that fourth generational horse in this case, do you think that actually adds to their value? I do wonder. I never paid attention to it until now. I do wonder if the game takes that into consideration. You see, we have Arctic Crop and Night Breeze. They created Pink Gemstone. Her and Vivid Legend produced Real Happy and Gentle House, 4th generation colt here in Lockwood. I'm genuinely curious if the pedigree does play a part in that. I'm going to have to pay attention. We'll acquire all of our 2-year-olds, then we'll go and do tack. Marksman from Fairy Singer out of Butterfly Effect. Should be interesting. Abigail, I think this is a horse me and you kind of decided to share ownership with, so we'll see how this goes. Not a high cost, and I'm worried that's because of Fairy Singer. I hope it's not, but that's what I was worried about, and I know I was kind of warned about with Fairy Singer, so if it doesn't work out, it's 100% on me and my stubbornness, but yeah. And Moon, only 24,000? I forgot. Is their cost only, or is the cost reflective of where they're at now? Like Moonsinger, depending on who she's from, she could be from a late growth type. No, Fairy Singer. I did do Fairy Singer and Moon Trapper. Why did it seem like Moon Trapper wasn't around still when I retired Fairy Singer? I didn't realize they were both in the barn at the same time. 24K, that's... Were they going to give me like a D-ranked horse? Oh my gosh. Oh, wow. Are these just the beginner stats? I hope so. Moonsinger, that's extremely concerning. And you know what, to be honest, I'm going to pay homage to Moon Trapper, and I'm going to give her basically her mother's tack. Because if she ends up proving, you know, the game wrong, then I think she will deserve to rub that in everybody's face. I think Moon Trapper, she had like a dark blue hood with like the pink. Right, that. I forgot if I did ears with her. I don't think I did. Gave her the blinkers. Don't even remember what color her shadow roll is. I mean, she's not supposed to be exactly like her mother. She's got to be a little bit different. Moonsinger. Actually, you know what? I have an idea. I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to go the alt. I'm going to keep the design the same way, but I'm actually going to go a primary white with pink. Yeah, Moonsinger. I like that. Keep the blinkers on her. And then we'll just give her 2 bandages on her back leg since she's got that nice high sock on her right front. Pink and white. I feel like we do that a lot. Actually, I'm going to go completely white and pink here. I saw a horse that looked like that at Thistledown recently. I think instead of the pink touches in there, it was green. Actually, I like the aesthetic of it. There's Moonsinger. We'll see how she does. Okay, more tack. 24,000. I sincerely hope you're stronger than that. That would really disappoint me. See her pedigree. She's got Desert Diver and Aunt B in there. I mean, those aren't bad horses to snuff at, but still, like, I'm so concerned Fairy Singer was really a bad idea, but I guess I won't know until we see. All right, we're going to start with Marksman's tack. Could have red and black hood, X on its face. Okay, red and black hood with the X for Marksman. Totally makes sense. I'm with it. So should we do black and red predominantly like that? I think we should. We haven't done that type of color scheme in this game in a while. I feel like this is the color scheme we always do in Gallop Racer 3, but we hardly do it in 2004. Now, do we give him a shadow roll as well? I don't know. Maybe not. I don't want to give every horse a shadow roll like all the time. Maybe I should give him the ears. Let's have them be all black. And then for the bandages, since he has no socks, could do 2 fronts, 2 backs, or just all 4. Or we could just keep them pretty neutral like that. I think I'm actually going to keep Marksman pretty basic. Something's just telling me just to stick with that. Abigail, if you want to change something, let me know. But I think just giving him the touch of the ears, I think that kind of serves its purpose. We always give our horses bandages, but maybe why should leave him as he is? I mean, Fairy Singer and Butterfly Effect? Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Next up is Lockwood. Lockwood, you said we should do bright green and white. Ghost series on Netflix. Okay. Bright green and white. Huh, Lockwood. Who are the parents again? Gentle House and Real Happy. Well, Real Happy had a hood. Gentle House didn't. Lockwood is one of those horses I think I also want to keep a little bit different. Let's do the bright green shadow roll. We will give him bandages at least. And let's do white with the green. Oh, we do that a lot. Let's just do the bright green. We could just do all bright green. Lockwood. That's different. We haven't done that on a horse in a while. Like, I could give him the accents of the white. Now, keep in mind, if obviously you want to change this at any point, we can. I also think that doesn't look too bad. Kind of indecisive. Gosh, I feel like this is always the worst part of the episodes. I'm always so indecisive. I mean, this is what I would do in real life if I had a horse. When, I should say. It'll happen. And I would always like to have, it's a good representation of whatever you want to say it's a representation of. I kind of like the all green. I don't know why. But I mean, it kind of bothers me when I see people's horses that look like the owners or the trainers did not care about how their horses actually looked. Really? I mean, to me, it's like owning a pet. Like, you don't want your pet looking like super wild and scruffy all the times, do you? No, you want to make sure they look relatively kept together and, stuff. I mean, most of you guys I know in the Discord, you post pictures of your pets, your animals, horses, whatever. They all look like they're taken care of well, is what I'm trying to say. I feel like it's no different with a racehorse, right? You should want the horse to be taken care of, physically in all aspects, Horses are beautiful creatures. I think it's not like accessorizing them in some weird, creepy way. It's like just, when it comes to horse racing, since they actually have to wear equipment, like you're just making the best usage and combination of that equipment. That's what I'm trying to say. Obviously, without its equipment, the horse is as beautiful as can be. But with the equipment, with the racing gear and stuff on, yeah, I think you either want your horse to look a certain way with your silks. At the end of the day, it's a sport. Representation is branding. In that regards, is a pretty big deal. But, does that make any sense? I hope that makes sense. I think it does, but sometimes, I don't know. Gentle House and Chasing Hearts. This colt, should we give him a hood or should we not? Chasing Hearts. I kind of want to go back to that color scheme. So maybe doing that with this guy would be pretty nice. Gosh, you know what? No, Soy Conquistador, she comes from Chasing Hearts. I just kind of did that. Angel Hearts, what do I do with you, dude? I do not want that hood on, I apologize for now. Shadow Roll, let's actually give him... the blue. Maybe just 2 front bandages. White and red. I feel like we do that scheme a lot. Black and white. Angel Hearts. Something's throwing me off. I'm not sure what exactly. Black and the blue. We could leave him like that, couldn't we? I think we could. I don't know what else to do with him. I don't know if I wanted to put a hood on him or not. I mean, he comes from Chasing Hearts, so he deserves a hood. But I also kind of want to have some essence of Gentle House showing. And Gentle House didn't have a hood, so I think I'll keep him like that. And Glam Queen, I think, is the last one. You are from Gentle House and Free Fear. Technically means no hood for you at all. Not that I always stick to that, obviously, but I do like to have, resemblance. Because then when we compare the horses, you really see the differences. So Glam Queen, nah, she's gotta be spicy, doesn't she? She has to look a little bit different than the rest. Glam Queen, Maybe we give her the peace sign. Pink and yellow. Gosh, the only thing about that pink and yellow, I just feel like the pink fades so much. Actually, let me do purple and yellow. Yeah, that's a combination I have not done in a while. Here are the blinkers. I think she deserves the ears. We'll do yellow and purple. Ugh. I'm actually not a fan of the yellow on top. That could just be me. I hope some of you guys agree with this off screen. Purple and yellow, I think that blends a lot better. Shadow roll wise, giving her pink would kind of be cliche. I kind of like that color. It's a little bit different. The darker, whatever that would be considered. And Gentle House and Free Fear. Yeah, I think I'll keep her attack like this. Let's do purple and yellow. Maybe black and purple. Something's throwing me off down there. What about black and yellow, actually? Black and pink doesn't look bad. Black and yellow. I mean, I think it'd be... We haven't had a horse with, like, purple matching tack in a while. It's kind of why I want to do that. White and purple, maybe is that a better contrast? You know what? Here's what we're going to do. Definitely gonna stick to purple and yeah, probably purple and yellow, to be honest. That's fine. There's Glam Queen. It's actually kind of toxic blonde. I forgot toxic, that family kind of has the purple going on, so. Actually, I'm just going to give her all white to kind of give her the appearance that she has, like high socks. All yellow, does that look kind of weird? I don't know if it does or not. I can't, like, tell. Actually, I kind of like that for now. Yeah, I think that works. All right. Well, I would like to get one of these 2-year-olds in a race. Let's go ahead and see if we can race Glam Queen today, and we can. Cool. Angel Hearts. I mean, I'll realistically race them wherever they say they should be. I won't rush them if they're not supposed to race soon. Who's a dirt horse out of this bunch? Maybe this one? Apparently not. Maybe we don't have a dirt horse in this bunch. What, Marksman all the way in October? No, we're racing him today. Or as soon as we can. We gotta see what these horses can do. I'm really not in the mood to wait too long to figure it out. So, as long as we'll have to wait, I think it's like a month or two. But everybody is good. We have everybody in their races as well. A lot of housekeeping, I apologize. I feel like we had a lot of racing and then just kind of hit a standstill, but that was all important stuff to take care of. All right. Well, let's roll on, shall we? Shall we? All right. Little Mai is up in the Tokyo Derby. She is the favorite, as she should be. Quite a margin. Game still not telling me her speed, her stamina, her max distance, and or her leg type, but it's all right. We'll be okay, right? We'll be okay. State ruler with the record here. And we are off in the Tokyo Derby with Little Mai, who is still the favorite considering she just ran and won her first grade 1. After this, she'll obviously take a little bit of a break because there's no other grade 1 dirt races for her to run in that aren't GWS related until at least September. So this would be a good way to kind of give her a little bit of a layoff here. I do understand the importance of layoffs for certain horses, especially if they're not capable of racing like very frequently, you know. And especially in real life, you obviously want to take even extra measures to make sure the horse is in its best condition. You know, here's a game. We can obviously cheat that a bit, but either way, it still gives you an idea. Some horses do need way more time to recover in between races. I know you want to go faster, my girl, but like this is where we're supposed to be hanging out at. Your max stam, you're fine. Secretariat out of Moontrapper. She certainly has the temperament that she believes she should be at the front. And she's not wrong for that. Not gonna lie, I almost forgot I actually have to get her going this far back, but thank goodness she has a lot of stamina. And she can make it work. Look, she's still max stam. That's insane. Is she really this strong of a horse? Secretariat and Moontrapper, people. Do you realize the two horses I'm mentioning? One of the greatest horses of all time. And my baby Moontrapper. A Gallop Racer original Moontrapper. The thing, I wasn't even going to consider putting her in that race because it was soon. She wasn't even at 100% and she blew that away. That's crazy. Is it possible that she could be stronger than her father, Secretariat? It's an honest question. Whether she came from Moontrapper or not, if she was doing this well, I think I'd have to ask that question. Like, she's destroying it on the dirt, man. Holy cow. But I should say, this is a true dirt pedigree, though, because you have Secretariat, then you have Moontrapper Dirt Horse, who came from Desert Diver and Ant B. Right? Very good, consistent dirt horses at least. So this could be the start of a really good pedigree, to be honest. With Little Mai, this could be like a good dirt line to continue. They finally reveal her stamina, and that's it. Of course. Again, you look at the pedigree here. This could be a decent dirt line going for sure. Just make sure we don't, do any experimental, questionable, breedings. But yeah, Ant B, Moontrapper, and now Little Mai. This is a pretty awesome line of dirt fillies we're getting. Wasn't really anticipating on that, so that's awesome. So like I said, she won't be ready till September. And we'll just continue to focus on a dirt race that is suitable for her, which won't be the Spica until the Spica Stakes in October. Unless, wait, is there something else in September? Oh, Osaka Derby. How could I forget? Hey, Osaka Derby. She'll take care of that. All right. I think we're all ready to go with everybody. One of the 2-year-olds debuting. So Marksman and Lockswood. We'll get to see both of them this month. From Gentle House and Real Happy, Fairy Singer and Butterfly Effect. Yep. We're already at an hour. There's so much racing to do. In fact, we'll get through these next 6. Or Valley King. I can kind of wait for his, but try to get through the next 6 races for sure. Do a quick save, so I don't want to obviously lose more progress here. Imagine, my last save was at June 4th. We've, moved a month? If that, maybe a little over. I feel like at most in episodes, if I do a regular episode of like hour and 20 minutes, hour 30, we only progress like 1 to 1.5 months per episode. That's why it takes so long to progress in this game technically, because I'm obviously keeping the episodes at an hour 30. That's like really the best I can do. I know I used to do them longer, but it just wasn't working for me in my routine in the situation. This is a lot easier. But yeah, like obviously in those 2-3 hour long episodes, or if I live stream, yeah, you get a lot. You can get through half a year to a year, obviously. But when it's just videos like this, it takes a while, which I don't think anybody should be mad about because that just means more Gallop Racer for a longer time, which I would play regardless. Anyways, open furlong, what, Eric? Open 9 furlong race here with Rapid Blade, my project horse. From Long Live Bolero out of Butterfly Effect. I'm getting a little bit more confidence with this horse, even though she surely doesn't show anything statistically as of yet. 74 response rating is nice, and that's what I feel. She's very responsive. Her speed at 55, hopefully that means she'll be mid-70s by the time she peaks. Keep in mind, she's from Bolero. Late growth type, these horses don't peak until they're about 5.5 to 6, so she's got time to grow. Don't know her stamina. Her power already at 64 is actually a good sign. She does inherit that directly from Butterfly Effect. In fact, what I know is her stamina and her power both should be like mid to high 80s, maybe even a low 90 at her peak. But since Bolero is there, maybe it'll be like a low to mid 80. Either way, that's fine for power and stamina. Last quarter leader, and she is a front runner. We know that for sure. I just need to make sure I take care of her at the front, and I think the rest will set the way. And it would be so exciting for her to finally be the first legitimate Bolero filly to actually succeed. We've lost one, and I don't know if we lost another one. But again, I say it all the time. Nobody has been as great as the Great Bolero since the Great Bolero in his pedigree. It's actually really sad. You know? It's sad in a way where it's just like the other horses just haven't been able to be as strong or consistent. You know, I don't know how I got kind of fortunate with. I think Great Bolero was from. I'll have to look at the pedigree here, if I can go back that far. I think Great Bolero was from Scabbit and I can't remember the sire. Scabbit and I don't think it was Bionic Club. I don't think so. It was Scabbit and another decent horse, but yeah, yeah, him turning out the way he did, it really was, I can't say it was like fortunate because I think I used another good stud. I just can't remember who. But either way, obviously breeding after the Great Bolero with his sons, it just never really worked out. I used them with not so strong brood mares or something weird like that, and we just never ended up getting the horses that we needed. Now, breeding Long Live Bolero with Butterfly Effect, who actually is a Western Tiger legitimate horse, that makes more sense to me, you know? And obviously, we're bound to, I think, have a potentially better horse from a breeding like that. Now, she should share the same front runner dominance as her mother. The stamina is going to be questionable. She's holding on, but the field is catching her. I know I sent her pretty soon. Hold on, my girl. This will be a big win. And there it is. Big open win there for Rapid Blade. She's getting better. I'm in rhythm with her because she does feel very, very similar to Butterfly Effect. She's just not as strong, obviously. But that right there, guys, is a descendant of the Great Bolero. So this finally might be the horse that gets this family going. I'm sincerely hoping. As scary as that looked, she handled that actually like a champ and she held on. Impressive win there. Looking forward to racing with her some more. But speaking of looking forward to, Summer Sprint, Eastside Band, heavy favorite. She's going to make waves. In fact, technically speaking, on paper, she's projected to be the best horse we've ever had in this game. Based off of, I guess, pre-race simulations I ran with her. Like, she could be better than all the other horses we have used and created as originals in this game. So, there she is. The beautiful Eastside Band. Look at that. 90 speed, 99 stam. I like it. In fact, I'm probably going to post this in the Discord. Just for you guys to see without obviously seeing it. But yeah, give me a second. So yeah, there she is, her power rating as well. And yeah, like she's really strong. Really strong, so. Let's see. All right. Summer Sprint, let's do it. Here we go. She should win the GWS sprint. I don't think it should be that close. East Side Band. Love the name, too. Here we are. We are off in the summer sprint. Good start for East Side Band. Same thing with Smoking Harbor. East Side Band as a front runner is going to have to establish control here, and she does. Settle her down. Settle her down. Don't get too ahead of yourself, my girl. Just stay ahead of the rest of the field. It's the only responsibility we have today. Either way. No 7 because I probably don't have her as calm as she needs to be, but it's always a little bit tricky coming down that slope. Okay, don't even have to really send her yet. They're probably working really hard back there, and they are. Now we can go with East Side Band. I knew they were working hard back there, man. Grit is, to me, Grit is such an underrated in the stretch ability to have. I know it's easy to get, but I still feel like if you have a horse with Grit at the right time, it really does give you like a nice boost, man. You just kind of pull away. And in this case with East Side Band, she gets grit from being out in front. You know, she gets extra motivated to keep pushing. So she's going to be very tough to beat. I can see why the game has projected her to be literally our best horse ever. Because, you know, that with her stats, 90 speed, 99 stamina. She's a perfect stamina horse. I did not expect it to come this soon, actually. I thought it was still going to take a couple more years of breeding. She sets the record. I have to save that. I want to be more in the habit of saving some of these results, but 90 speed, 99 stamina with Grit as a front runner. That's a really crazy ability, man. And that's a crazy combination of stats and abilities. So yeah, really looking forward to it. Bravo, you just commented in the Discord of me posting her stats. That yeah, the 90, yeah, like the 99 stam. I don't even know if that's really sunk into me yet. I didn't really expect to get it from her, and like I said, I still thought it was going to take a couple years until we got that type of horse. 99 stam. Like, man, she's here. With Grit and the other abilities she has, like Eastside Band is kind of like she could literally be our horse to beat like the best horses in the game, especially at her level, like without a shadow of a doubt. Like she's that good. I don't know. I didn't think we would get that type of horse actually this soon. I genuinely thought we were still a couple more years of breeding away. The fact that we got it with Eastside Band, that's kind of crazy. Long Beach Cup. GWS Dirt Territory, Crazy Hunter. We're not the favorite. We got to win. I have to figure it out. I don't care if it's a top 3. I'm going for the win. Our girls got to get into the Hall of Fame. And we still have work to do. But yeah, I really didn't expect Eastside Band to honestly be that kind of perfect. Even though she's not obviously perfect with all 99 stats. But in regards to the categories that matter and what she has with her, she's the closest thing to like a perfect horse I would want. I would hope some of us want in this game. At least for me. Maybe you guys have different standards, but she's close to that for me. If she can beat all the other horses in the game, that's kind of the point. I don't think all their stats literally have to be 99 max. I think we know that. Like, gosh, whoever I use to get her, I have to keep them around because there it is right there. The instant formula, I guess, for like. And granted, I don't know what her dirt rating is. Like, I don't know. I'm sure she'll still be strong on dirt. With stats like that, she has to be. But, you know, could she be the best dirt horse in the game? I don't know. And the great thing about Crazy Hunter is she doesn't have to lead. I think that's what makes her so good. She's not a front runner that's pressured to be at the front. She's perfectly fine settling in second place. She would prefer to lead, but like she's not going to argue with you. She's like, "Oh, this is what we're doing today. Okay, say less." You know, either way, like she seems like she's really in flow with where she wants to be. No revolution here today, but that's fine. We need to save ground. We got to make sure we can try to get her a win. I'm kind of drawing a blank on who I use for Eastside Band. We've done so much breeding in the last couple of years. We literally have close to 30 horses. That's the most I've ever played with in this game at one time. So Sometimes I do kind of just forget basic things. We'll double check after this race, but whoever her parents are, as long as they're both still around, which I think they should be because she's still very young, I think I need to just try to rely on using them exclusively, not even trying other stuff, just to get a couple more East Side Band type of horses, you know? We'll still obviously do the rest of our other breedings because we're still going to need different horses for different objectives in the game. We can't just rely on one set family. Not the best time spurt from me on Crazy Hunter, but it's just us and the 10. Will the 10 give up, or did we kind of lose it right there? That's Clear Asset who's got us beat. And I may have just kind of messed that up. This Crazy Hunter is going to settle into third. Man. Tough runner. I don't know if that would have made a difference if I would have gotten a better spurt. Clear Asset still seemed to kind of be in control. And they gave me a double S. I felt like I could have mistimed it, but at the same time, I think Clear Asset is a stronger horse at this point in its career. So it's not a terrible result. We still get points. We should still be in first, or maybe we drop the second in the championship, but that shouldn't mess our GWS up entirely so far. So let's double check. Eastside Band, she'll run away with the sprint. We don't even need to discuss that. The Turf Valley King, need to get him in a win. I'm not comfortable with third. I would hate for him to miss the Hall of Fame. This is his last year as a 7-year-old. And in the dirt, yeah, we dropped 2 points behind Clear Asset. Clearly, if that horse is ahead of us now, means that horse has been very competitive. In fact, that means that horse was in third, I think, last time out, or fourth to get 16 or 6 points. So I think third for 6 points or fourth, whichever. Yeah, so technically we're in two tough GWSs, the turf and the dirt, just because our horses are just a little bit beyond their prime, but they're still good enough where they can win it. So a lot going on. Still want to get to the 2-year-olds. Just take another break, and then we will go ahead and finish out with our new ones. All right, let's close this episode out. Crazy Hunter, my girl. You see, like, statistically, she's still strong enough to be able to win, but she doesn't have any abilities. I think without that, she's a tad bit vulnerable. Not to the point where I'm severely worried. It's just like I really got to make sure I double down with her next races, which will be the first stakes in September. So we got to make sure we come up. We just have to finish better than Clear Asset. I think that's the only other horse we're racing in that championship. So East Side Band here. Like, look at these abilities from Diamond Plan and Tigress of Stone. Tigress, I think, is a little bit older of some of the bunch, but not by that much. So East Side Band here. Still don't know her response rating, but again, like, the heart rating could definitely improve. That's one characteristic keeping her away from being like a super horse. And you see she has a fast growth type. But man, you get a horse. I know that last ability is Stretch Burst. I guess I haven't unlocked it yet because those are always the 3 abilities you get from Tigress of Stone. Last Corner Leader, Stretch Burst, and Grit. Slow and rough track, okay. Front Runner. Like, again, she has a little bit of everything I need in a horse, more or less. Like, I don't need that much for, like, what I need as a super horse. And I've only lost with her once, but other than that, she's solid. So Diamond Plan and Tigress of Stone. Was not thinking those two at all. I'm just kind of curious. Like, we can get horses like this, but they'll peak really fast. You see, what I really want is a horse like this that will already be strong and then just get stronger over time. That is like the real, like, super horse kind of thing right there. 99 stamina. How did that happen? From Tigress and Diamond Plan. Are they both double S? Why do I feel like they're not? Are they? Or did the game actually bless us with a little RNG luck? So Tigress of Stone. Only A. That's what I thought. I knew she wasn't double S for Stam. Diamond Plan, I think, is. Wow. The game really just kind of gave us some RNG luck there. Because neither of them are close to double S. They're both A. And it did kind of literally give us like the perfect of both A's, which tells me their compatibility is good. I think that's what I'm thinking about. And Tigris's pedigree. In fact, wait, I said I was going to look at Rapid Blade's pedigree too with the Bolero line. Hold on. We still have things to do here. So, Eastside Band. Pedigree. So Diamond Plan, Tigris of Stone, then Flying Cowboy and Gemstone. That was a really good one. Tigris is pretty... I mean, Tigris is certainly up there as well. Western Tiger, Swabbuster, Arctic Crop, and Night Breeze. Technically speaking, Eastside Band has literally the thing I was talking about earlier in the episode I started in the Discord, ranking our best broodmares and sires. Tigris of Stone technically has the best of the boys and the girls in her pedigree. Western Tiger and Arctic Crop for the sires. And then for the broodmares, well, so far it's just Tigris and then Pink Gemstone. But she technically has the best of both, so... That's why I'm thinking the longer you breed and you stick to a pedigree and you create several generations, it clearly makes the horses stronger. I think that's definitely a thing. It's kind of how it is in real life. So, yeah, definitely take that approach if you're not doing it already, if you really want those horses. So she's GWS Sprint, so I just got to keep her in the short races. Super Mile Cup, that should be easy peasy lemon squid. Okay, Rapid Blade. 54 stam. Alright, well at least her stamina, there we go, Eric. Her speed and stamina I know will both be... She might be a little bit stronger than I think for some of those categories. Nothing crazy. Like the 50s I think tops will be 70s. More or less. And then anything that's a 60 will hopefully be an 80. So yeah, her speed, stamina, and power actually will be good by the time she peaks in almost 2 years. Bears is not great, so I'm hoping the stamina keeps us away from that. Now let's check this pedigree. So, Great Bolero and Night Breeze. But I can't go further back than that. I forget, that's kind of annoying. Because it's like, it doesn't show who created the Great Bolero. I'll have to look in another horse. Hey, do we have any of his second generation around still? No, that's the problem. If we had one of those, like if we had Onyx Prince still around, then we could see who Great Bolero's parents were. But like, there's no way I have any of his second generation. No, there's no way. Onyx Prince, yeah, Swabbuster. I would need one of those. I would have had to kept on to one of those to even still, I think, have any ties. Or anybody that... Wait, if I looked at Butterfly Effects pedigree... Could I? No, that wouldn't be far back enough. Wait, let me put her in a race, by the way. That was a good open win. So 2 back-to-back wins, but she wasn't supposed to. So she's showing some promise already. Better than a lot of other Bolero foals have this early. So Butterfly Effect surely seems to be helping. They want her in a grade 2 already. I gotta be honest, I'm not really ready for that with her. I think we should take it slow. Let's run her a mile and then another open. That should be simple. Because the last race, wasn't that kind of long? Did I run her 10? No, I ran her 9. So we're running... Okay, we're only running a furlong shorter. That 9 furlong felt like a lot longer. Yeah, it was Scabbin and I cannot remember who. Like, I know it's in one of the older videos, but gosh, like, I don't know which video to search. I literally have to skim through, like, my videos, which that's the only downside of them being so long. If I'm trying to find something, it takes forever, man. It's like a once a month type of thing. It's so long because I've uploaded so many videos that are over an hour long, and like, there's no serious context clues that can link me back to which specific episode. I try to do that. It's a lot when you record and play this game often. It's a lot to still maintain. Butterfly Effects. But yeah, you guys get it. I forgot. Somebody would need, again, Great Bolero, and none of them have them. There's no way. Who? Yeah, no, there's... Unless... Would one of the studs have them in there? Not really. I think I got rid of all the studs that had the Bolero. Um, I don't think any studs that have Bolero are even around. Yeah, none. That's kind of sad, but they just, I mean, it's the truth. They didn't really turn out to do anything special, so there's nothing we could really do. Yeah, I think Rapid Blade, she is literally the only remaining descendant of the Great Bolero anywhere in the barn or on track. That's kind of insane. So as a project horse, I really feel like I need to protect her at all costs. Otherwise, the Great Bolero would literally slip off of the pedigree sheets. That dude would be gone, man. He was like our first, he's like the channel icon. All I need to do is just make her a success and it will be worth it. So again, this pedigree is really interesting when I look at it. So Great Bolero and Night Breeze, like wow, we used them to produce Onyx Prince. We bred him with Suave Buster, Suave Buster, she's in a couple of our horses, so she's not like I think she's a role in a level of consistency. She was not strong by any means, but she was decent enough where use her with the right sire, you could get at least a reliable horse. It's just a matter of would they be a reliable A ranked horse, S, higher than that, maybe B ranked, but she always guaranteed you weren't going to get like a C or a D horse from her. Not really. Long Live Bolero certainly kind of underachieved. Him and his father Onyx Prince, they more or less did about the same. I don't think either of them did better than the other. Onyx Prince had a couple of good races. I think a little more than Long Live Bolero. But again, it's not an impressive pedigree. Like those horses were not really champions at all. Not like Great Bolero, I think, really was as far as his winning record on the dirt. He did much better than both of them. So yeah, when you look at that, like the pedigree has been sad, since the Great Bolero. It's been nothing but disappointment. That's why none of his horses are around. I've either lost them or they just weren't really worth keeping around too long because they just didn't do that well on track in retrospect to the Great Bolero. So now you look at the mother side here with Butterfly Effect, Western Tiger, and Irish Fleet. That side already makes up essentially every line of the Great Bolero's line. Just having Western Tiger and Irish Fleet, technically, that's stronger than everything else we used on Long Live Bolero's side. So, I think for what it's worth, we're taking the willfulness, really of both pedigrees, but the speed as well from the Bolero line. Great Bolero was fast. I know Suave Buster was fast for the most part. We're taking that, combining it with the strength of the willful nature of Western Tiger and Butterfly Effect with Irish Fleet. You combine two families like that, consistency and just that raw power, then yes, you can get a horse maybe like Rapid Blade here, who will hopefully she'll show that she's an elevated version of the Bolero line. We can work that in, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like with her, we'll be able to finally get that horse that really stands out and keeps that Bolero pedigree rolling. And I think we still need to keep the Bolero idea as a name. Like we've skipped it as far as naming horses somewhere with the Bolero, just because of its its unique nature. Onyx Prince, that was nothing Great Bolero related too much. I mean, it was in a way, I suppose, but still. Long Live Bolero actually kept that in because that was kind of the point. If this horse Rapid Blade turns out to be a success, then yes, Long Live Bolero would have played a part in that because, if he was any, I guess, worse or whatever, then it could be a different story. But it shows that maybe he kept that level of decency okay. That way when we bred, we did that with Butterfly Effect, stronger broodmare. You end up getting a horse that can actually handle itself for the most part. I think that in the nutshell is essentially what I was aiming for. So I think we got everybody in races. So like I said, I'm really hopeful that she will turn out to be finally the horse we've been wanting in that pedigree. That's it. I mean, I didn't have like super high aspirations for the pedigree as if like making them the strongest in the game, but I certainly didn't want them to be one of our worst. I mean, they've completely almost fallen out of our rotation in the game because those horses just didn't produce enough, So it's nice to finally have a horse that I was hoping for, that was just going to keep that family strong and unique, that we could continue to get really good horses and cool horses from. But hopefully that's a start. New York Oaks, 12 furlongs with first down dash on the dirt. She is not the favorite. Certainly in with a chance. Kind of a competitive field. I mean, for the most part it is. Anybody can really win this race. Field of 10. She is from Golden Boy or Black Ruby. She's already Pete's. Game still hiding her speed and her stamina. Really frustrating, but her stamina should be in the 80s. Speed should be in the 70s. So, let's see. Let's see how she does. Do, do, do. All right. First down dash. Let's go, my girl. Oh, terrible start. I missed that by a mile. And we are off. New York Oaks. We're at Belmont Park, I believe. Ah, thought I was over. Clearly not. Thought I was over. Clearly not. My judgment's a little bit off at the moment. That is okay. I think she's tough. She'll be all right. I would be more careful of that if I was on a horse that I knew had a bad temper, because I know how sometimes bumping a horse can upset them, and it's happened to me on these videos. It's been a while, but you guys have witnessed it happen. So I typically don't do that on horses that I know can't handle it. But a horse like First Down Dash here, she's strong enough. She's tough. She will not be too bothered by a little bit of contact. It's fine with me. Whoever that is not happy. I'm glad I haven't had a horse like that in a while, you know. It's been a while. I swear Awesome Autumn was like the last horse we had that was like that. And she still turned out to be pretty good. I mean, I think we got her a title or two. But yeah, I haven't had a horse do that on me like a long time, and I'm glad. It's really annoying. I mean, at that point, you've literally lost all control. You're just going along for the ride. There's like no correcting the horse to try to still win the race. It's not going to happen. Now, why is First Down Dash not max stamina? How do they want me to run her? We weren't pressing the lead. Okay. Maybe I need to get her going sooner. We can definitely keep her closer. She still has time. We'll see how long the 6 stays up there. Who's that? Iron Reflection. Well, we're probably not catching this horse unless it really falls off a cliff. Certainly could have, I guess, won that race if I would have actually gotten her a little bit closer. I don't know if that feels wasted or not. Looks like contact is bad. Still not worried about that. Spurt wasn't ideal, yeah. I mean, I didn't keep forgetting with her stamina. I can get her going a lot sooner. I get discouraged by looking at that blue bar, but she actually, I mean, you see, she wasn't legitimately tired at the end. She still could have gone another half a furlong, and we would have won the race. Ah, man. Well, not ideal. To double check her record, I hope that wasn't a performance out of, her usual. But I can't recall what our record with her is. Well, we're finally moving on to a 2-year-old debut here. Lockwood, 2-year-old colt, favorite. There he is, all green tack. From Gentle House out of Real Happy. This is supposedly our most expensive, highest value 2-year-old in this year's group of 5. So that says a lot. Let's hope it certainly matches that assessment. 6 furlongs. The Mad Ash Sprint here. We're the favorite. I mean, he should be fast. Gentle House is really fast. Real Happy as well. She was like an underrated fast. I think she did eventually hit 90, or she was very close to it. I'm just going to run him at the front for now. I do want to see if he's a front runner. He might be. I hope so. It'd be actually really fun if he was a front runner. Like when I think about it, we haven't been on a cult front runner in a long time. It feels we always get them for fillies or mares. I feel like it's been a while since we've gotten one that's a cult. You know? Okay, run them off. Hopefully, come on, lock. No last corner leader. Are we struggling? Is he falling? Is he gonna answer? Is that it? Wow. That's it. He's tapped. Am I missing something? Is it the stamina? Usually that works on our front runners. So it started supposedly the start. I mean, sometimes they're saying that really messed us up, but then we weren't supposed to be in the front. Interesting. Okay. Wow. I mean, a bad start is still a bad start, but like, So next time, let's just run them further towards the back, see if we get a better grade. Marksman is up. He, on the other hand, is expected to finish second at last, so that tells me he is not at his peak yet. From Fairy Singer out of Butterfly Effect. Might change the hood color to predominantly red just to have it stand out a little bit more, but we'll see. Should be a front runner. This one legitimately should. In fact, Fairy Singer and Butterfly Effect, I think, were both front runners. I know Butterfly Effect was. Fairy Singer, I can't remember, but I think he is. So this should be right, if I'm remembering correctly. And at least we know Butterfly's leg type is in there, so we can legitimately take a chance on the front. But wow, that Lockwood, something was off. I'm not even blaming the horse. I'm just like a mixture of just me not obviously knowing where the horse was. I decided to let it stay in the front. The combination of that with the horse also seeming to gas at the end. It was just a mixture of just a lot of things. It's hard to see what to pull away from, but I know for sure I'll attack the leg type. Now again, Marksman is not supposed to. This guy loses a head-to-head and he calls it a day. Oh, the 2-year-old boys are not looking too hot right now, are they? Are we gonna fall into last? Wow. I can't even say I ran him that hard. Not really. I know we hit a hot fraction just to get out in front, but wow. How ironic. The 2 debuting boys. Actually, we did beat a horse. Wow. And the same deal. Position D. It was literally the same grade. So the game's telling me neither of them are front runners. Based off of their parents legitimately being proceeders or front runners. Okay. It's kind of hard to predict that, man. You know, you usually try to take their leg types into consideration to guess what their leg type could be. But okay. I mean, I haven't even saved these horses like to register them for like single player mode yet. So these are brand fresh new, and game is telling me, yeah, they're not supposed to be anywhere near the front. Fantastic. And that's, well, at least Marksman hit his goal. Lockwood didn't. That was just a failure entirely. Marksman, poor guy. So he doesn't have a lot of heart in there. Oh man, that's rough. That's rough, man. That's our dude. That's my little dude. Like, he apparently does not have the heart to fight head to head. Like, he's a horse that's probably gonna have to what? Is he a closer that's gonna have to, like, you know, get ahead of the horses at the end? I mean, you know, once you hit the top of the stretch, I guess I should say. Valley King up in the Diamond Cup. Oh wow, 8th. It's not looking good for our boy, but I gotta figure something out. Lockwood, he stayed in the fight. He just was dropping back. I don't know. He tapped out, and then, like I said, me not knowing where he should have been in that race. Just a combination of a lot of bad things going wrong. And Marksman, I mean, as soon as he lost the head-to-head, that instantly sent him backwards. So he's not a horse that can fight at all. Not ideal for me, man. You guys know that I don't like horses like that. They end up becoming a problem, even if I'm attached to them. It's hard to win if a horse gets discouraged in this game. Like, it really is a difficult thing to navigate through. And it's just, personally for me, it's not fun. Maybe some other people like the challenge of trying to win with the horse that gets discouraged in head-to-heads. But I don't know. I don't think that's an enjoyable way to play the game. I think horses like that you have to be very careful with. You have to either see if you can figure it out with them and make it work to the point where they don't get discouraged, or you got to just kind of let them go eventually when you're ready. So Marksman, I mean, I can't make a pre-trial judgment. I still think we have to figure out where he really wants to run, which is clearly not leading the field for both of the boys. So as bad as those races were, really, at least we know that for sure, right? So now it's just a matter of me figuring out where they want to be, which again, I'll run them further towards the back. I figure we can't lose if they're further back. You do take a chance running a horse up front if it's not ready for it or if it's not meant for it. But I feel like you're always safe racing in the back. You can try to catch a couple horses straggling at the end or, whatever. So it's probably the way I need to run both of them. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm not even going to run them as pursuers. If we got a D for position, that to me tells me they have to be more towards the middle of the pack. So we'll do that. And I'm sure we'll probably have better results. I sincerely hope so. This episode could be longer than I thought, but, this is where we're at. Like I said, GWS Turf is actually going to be tough with Valley King, so I hope we can figure it out. Ooh. Was it a slow start? Valley King's tough. Let's see how long he stays in the fight. He's pushing. For a long and a half left to go. He's got plenty left in the tank, but those horses are gone unless we start catching them now. Well, he's doing a lot better than what his odds predicted. He'll still get points, but man, tough race. Wow. I don't know if I could have done anything differently except get him started earlier. Maybe actually getting him to jump a little bit behind the gun. Double S apparently. Maybe not. That was a tough race, man. I didn't realize that track had that much of an uphill slope. Valley King is he's won more of his races on flatter surfaces. That was actually kind of a grind. I think that's been a little bit of a challenge, and I don't think he has a bad power rating, but well, he's still staying in the championship fight. That's all we can do. Just hope maybe we catch one of those horses napping at the end of the year. 66 power rating, not the best. If it was maybe at the 80s, I think maybe he makes a big effort there. I mean, not that he didn't. I think he could have made a bigger impact on the top position, but yeah, it was kind of a grind, so that's fine. Paris Cup at 12 furlongs, man, that's tough. I think that's tough for him, like. Then again, 73 stamina, actually. You know what? He can handle that. Yeah, that's actually okay. I don't know why I felt like that was a bit long, but dude's got the stamina for it, so I'm overreacting. So Lockwood and Marksman, you dudes, what is going on? 9-14 on the dirt. Turf is okay. So Lockwood can actually run on both surfaces. His preference is still turf, though. Southpaw, slow track. Okay, yeah, I mean, I don't think under any conditions I was winning that race with him. I don't think it was going to happen. Not really. I know what I need to do now, so that's obviously what I'm going to do. Racing him next week. Want to get him another shot. And Marksman 9 furlongs minimum, that's all. Don't run near the front. They were both front runners. Doesn't make sense, but okay. Clearly there's some weird stuff going on. I just got to roll with it. So again, 9 furlongs minimum as well. I know I'm running them at shorter distances, but I at least want to get better grades. That way we can for sure kind of figure out, how to eventually win that ideal race for them. It's kind of my goal. Just realized we might still have a lot more races than I realized. Let's see, 1, 2. Okay, only 4, so that's fine. I'm not missing a race with anybody, am I? We have 4 more to go and we'll be all good. First down dash? Yeah. Still not telling me the speed and stamina. That's so criminal. Okay, so her record is... I mean, it's decent for 9 races, but it's a little bit sporadic too. But, I mean, she's been consistent. I feel like considering her parents, she should... Technically the pedigree as well. I feel like she should have more of a undefeated streak going or something close to that, but she's not obviously in that territory. I've won half of her races and I've kind of managed to just struggle to win the others. Not struggle, but you know what I mean. She's consistent for sure. She's already peaked. Like I wonder if she's gonna do anything more than her father. That's just kind of the vibe I'm getting. I'm not getting dominant vibes from her. I'm just getting that she will do just about as good as Golden Boy did, which would mean that she really wasn't like an elevation. It's just kind of like making another Golden Boy. That's currently what I'm getting from her. I am going to drop her to a grade 2 for the time being. I know she's already peaked. But if she wins this and I get confidence with her again, then when we go to the Princess Cup, she should be able to win that. She's not GWS hunting right now, no way. Just trying to see if I can turn her into a title type of champion, which again was more or less what Golden Boy was. He just won the GWS and maybe one other title. So again, she wouldn't be setting really any bit of a difference between her and her father. So. All right. Well, everybody's ready to go. My name is Tanaka. Da 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 da. No, thank you, Tanaka. Gosh, Tanaka's really been a thorn in my side ever since we became friends. Like I never thought our friendship would get to this point. It's like I love Tanaka at first. You guys remember? I'm like, Tanaka, our dude. I would actually accept his rival challenges. Thought we had a healthy respect in there. And now he's so annoying. He's always on the favorite. It's like, like, dude, stop trolling me, man. We're on Pearly Ball in this 8 furlong grade 3 behind Tanaka's horse, of course. Like, this is a joke. Old Night with 90 speed. Like, what is the deal? Why do they want me and Tanaka to have beef? Like, the game wants me and Tanaka to, like, get into this thing. Like, I wonder if his character can even get to that point. Like, if you're, like, beating him in rivalries or... Well, technically, I do that quite a bit, actually. I don't know. I genuinely do wonder if, like... I don't know. Like, I wonder if Tanaka genuinely has like a bad response to anything that you do in this game. I feel like he doesn't. He seems way too nice for that. That's also the problem. He's just like an unconsciously annoyingly nice. To the point where it's just like it becomes overbearing. It's like, bro, okay, ease up, I get it. Man. Where did he go? Is he at the back? Oh. Yeah, I think did not mean to bump that horse. Gosh dang it. Genuinely just one tap too soon. I'm definitely going to change the color of Marksman's hood because Pearly Ball has the black thing going on. They would both look the same. Where is Tanaka? Is that Tanaka? Yep. Wow, Old Night is rolling. Oh, and the annoying Tanaka ruining the day. And Pearly Ball dropping it in a grade 3. Wow. It's been some downhill slumpers. Ay, ay, ay. It's been some downhill slumpers. Wow. It's not the first time I've done that with Pearly Ball, though. Like, he's a silver horse. I was like, okay, cool. I have Pearly Ball. I'll run with him. Like, I haven't ever had high aspirations for Pearly Ball. I'm just running with him, just to run with him, because he could turn out to be a good sire if I can string together consistent wins. But I guess it turns out for me, it's not really going that well with him. So I don't know. Lockwood's back up. Again, the favorites, but I feel like I know there's potential in this horse. It's just clearly this horse is really peculiar, in particular to how he wants to be, how he wants things to go. I know not to run him near the front. Okay. I mean, it's a monster of a horse in there if he has turf good, or excuse me, turf great, dirt good. And he should be fast. He should be fast and strong, honestly. He should be pretty quality built. So let's just hold him towards the back. Let's not run him to the front anymore. That clearly is not working. You know, I only did it once, so it's not like I've been doing it like a bazillion times. Okay. I'm so tempted to send him to the front because I feel like he'd be strong enough to do that, but clearly he's not. All right, Lockwood. Let's make this a better race, my guy, huh? I mean, we have to win it. That's still freaking pressure. I don't know anything about you, and the game just wants me to know it immediately. It's a lot easier when the light type makes sense, but when you have a horse that has two front runners as parents, and then you're telling me that horse doesn't want to be anywhere near the front, it's a little bit conflicting, you know. Now this seems like a lot better of a pace for him, so I'm gonna have him sit. Let's see how he chases. And let's see how he gets out in front. Now maybe that's how he's supposed to be ridden. 9 is still there. I am still worried about his stamina though. My gosh, he's dropping even though he's not dropping. I think we just held on there, hopefully. That's so, I don't know what's happening there. Or did we not? We did. Wow. Barely. Oh my gosh. Like, there's so much in the tank, but I feel like he just falls off of a cliff. I'm so confused. Position's still D, so whether I run him in the middle or the front. So what is he? Is he a proceeder or a closer? Like, oh my gosh. Ah. So I did nail the spurt at least. He starts to fall off of a cliff. I need to know what that's about. He has to find his light type. I'm definitely gonna have to do some single player. I hate doing that, but it's like, it's gonna bother me now. Like, where does he want to be? He doesn't want to be at the front. He doesn't want to be in the middle. So he either wants to be just behind the front or he wants to be at the very back. Like, and again, he has front runners as parents. Procedure, I would hope would make sense, but I don't know. Anyways, we have another 2-year-old debuting here. 2-year-old colt Angel Hearts from Gentle House out of Chasing Hearts. This beautiful dude should be pretty darn good. Looking forward to it. Let's see how he goes. But, oh my gosh, man. Like, ay. Yeah, like, I feel there's so much strength in there, but like clearly he has to be ran in a very specific way in order for you to extract that, because it is not working. Led the race, he hated it. Put him in the middle of the pack, he hated it. So it's like, where do you want to be, dude? Like I said, that doesn't give me a lot to work with, so I don't want to mess up. I don't want to be in another race. Like, we're getting favoritism and I still can't figure out how to win with him. There's a lot of pressure, so I need to figure out where he actually needs to be so I can utilize those opportunities. Then I think I can see what he's really capable of. Some horses, you can run them kind of out of their position and they're okay. And we're running really wide, but I don't have a choice. Last corner leader with Angel Hearts. Okay. Holding strong, holding strong. 3 is coming. He's holding strong, half a furlong, and Angel Hearts looking like a true debuting 2-year-old from Gentle House and Chasing Hearts. These horses are reliable. That's one great thing about Chasing Hearts, even though she's 15 years old in the barn. She has given us horses that we know we can consistently rely on once they get into the lead, man. That's the whole point of that pedigree, the hearts. The name is implied in the heart rating of the horses. They always are able to, look, 6. We weren't supposed to even win that race. He wins his debut. Not even... This guy's going places. Almost a perfect race. That's what I'm saying. Chasing Hearts has been fantastic for us in this game with providing horses like that. So again, we have a couple of horses that have really contributed to some great stuff in here. Super Sprint with Little Vixen, 3rd favorite. Obviously, I'm going for the win. Just trying to get our girl sprint title. She's still strong enough and fast enough to win, for the most part. So, let's see. Man, oh man. 2-hour episode. Wasn't intending or expecting this to go this long, but it is what it is. I've been enjoying myself. Hopefully you guys have as well. Because there's still a lot to figure out, man. Angel Hearts, so he's going to be an easy 2-year-old to work with. The other 2, Marksman, I think we'll be racing up again with next. But Lockwood, who we just raced with and barely won in that photo finish, I genuinely do not understand that dude. He is so peculiar about where he wants to be. And if he's not there, then it's like he won't run at 100%. That's what it feels like. It's weird. You know? So I really need to get dialed in with that so we can see his true potential. I definitely know it's in there, but it's kind of crazy that he has to be really in a specific position. Otherwise, he's like, yeah, it's not happening. I was trying to get a revolution, and we got it. You see, when I actually focus to get a revolution, I usually can get it. I just don't always think it's necessary to win races. But in this case, because I really want to win with Little Vixen, I'm like, let me actually get dialed in to try to feel when that Revo is. Little Vixen is still amazing, man. From Pink Gemstone, this is another Pink Gemstone horse. This is why I'm saying she's the best broodmare we've had in the game. That's not even by coincidence. Pink Gemstone was always consistent, always strong. And I always had a feeling that she would give us really strong fillies. We all did, right? That's why we were excited to use her for breeding. We knew what she would potentially provide for us down the line. Little Vixen's still winning races. This girl used to be at like 91 speed. She's down to 81. And she's still getting it done. She's still a fast girl. Man, she can run. Little Vixen can run. Can she not? I love it. And she's setting records too. Like, she's setting records. Past her prime. Like, she really is like the heightened, perfect evolution of Pink Gemstone, man. She's ideally what Pink Gemstone would have been if she was, you know, stronger in some aspects. So, like I said, Pink Gemstone has worked. She has literally reproduced or recreated a version of herself that's like twice as strong. That's essentially what it seems like. And it's a perfect eval race across the board. Just goes to show you, man. When I'm dialed in and I know what a horse wants, you can win races. You can get revolutions. When I don't know what the horse wants, that is the challenging part of the game. I take that challenge on. I'd be bored without it, but, you know, this one is a little bit out of the ordinary. And we still ended up winning with Lockwood, so... Marksman, I thought you were... Okay, you're up now. Who else? There's a lot more races still. My gosh. You know, I'm getting kind of tired, but I've been enjoying myself. Pearly Ball, like, how do I still have you? So I did win last time with you, and then I dropped the other race. That's what I mean. Like, I'm so up and down with this dude. I really don't know what the deal is. I mean, he's still years away from peaking too. I mean, I should just give him a layoff. He's gonna be mad. I really don't care, bro. Like, we need to wait till you get stronger. I am still kind of interested to see what he'll be like, just because he was a free horse. But, you know, just want to make sure, we're not up and down so much. Like, we need to build up some consistency. You're going to be mad. I don't care. Like, I'm not going to race you 20,000 times and you still take 3 years to peak. You're just going to have to learn to be patient. He just wants to race now. And it's like, bro, you don't see it yet, but you still have like 3 years of developing to go until you're really at your peak. I'm not going to race you 20 times a year until then. That's just, doesn't even make sense. I was like, just relax. Like, we will get there. I think that's about it, though. Angel Hearts, great debut. C ranked. Lockwood is still D. I think they're being very generous with that. Last corner leader, 77 power. Knowing that already is fantastic, but I'm not surprised from that pedigree. Lockwood is a closer. Wow. And he has bears. Ew. Oh, man. I mean, I guess, you know what? Closer will actually give us a benefit of probably not tiring ourselves out. In fact, that's definitely how those last 2 races have felt. Did he hit bears before he hit it? I thought somebody told me that could happen. I thought it was only after they were completely exhausted could that ability happen. But does it, like, kind of happen in the background, even if you're not completely maxed out at your stamina? Like, your horse is just done? So whatever the other ability is, I don't know. I wonder if it is closer. That would be kind of sick. And that would be the power of the horse right there. I mean, if you have a serious deep closer, you have to race him as a deep closer. I know that. That's why it's my favorite light type. But I wasn't expecting that. Huh. Well, I'm actually glad the game told us. Like, my gosh, I was really thinking they weren't going to tell us. They did. You see, that's what I mean. I went in one race like that and they tell me. But for other horses, I'm racing with them 8 or 9 times and they're still not telling me their light type. Like, it's outrageous. Like, have they even told me what's her face leg type? Little Mai? See, like, with Little Mai, we've won 8 races and 2 grade 1s, and they're still not telling me her leg type. And I know it's because Formal Opera technically had, like, all 4 triangles shaded. Like, technically he can run anywhere. And it's the same thing, I think, with her. I've ran her in first or in mid or closer, obviously, because she has that ability. But she was still able to win even when I ran her at the front. I just knew that wasn't her maximum potential. She's done this well, and they're still not telling me. Like, I get it. Her father has a lot of flexibility with the leg types and stuff. But, like, give me something, man. It's like, oh, my goodness. You know? So it's like, I don't even know if they'll ever tell me her leg type. I'm really curious if they ever will because of that, which would be really frustrating. Like, will I not know it until I retire her for breeding? Gosh, do I need to do like a separate save and just to retire her just to see where her leg type actually will be? Because, like, I really would like to know, even though it should be closer, but the game is not giving it to us. We've ran our closer, I think, the last 2 or 3 times, and we've won those races, and they're still not telling us. So, I don't know, man. I guess I'll figure it out, right? That's going to do it, though, for this episode. I'm actually tired, but we've gotten, I think, a lot done, and we have a lot more to still look forward to. I did want to progress a little bit more. I hate feeling like I'm stuck on, like, 5 episodes of just the summertime. I'm like, okay, I got to get the ball rolling, you know? Like, I have to get the ball rolling. So that is obviously my goal. So hopefully this episode did that. No, you're not going for the GWS Sprint. Just trying to put her in an ideal race, and there's really nothing for her for a long time in the sprint category, so I don't know what I'm going to do with you. I'm just going to have to run you in like a tune-up until I figure it out, because there's like nothing available. It's really kind of crazy. Can't run her in anything. Can I run you on the dirt? Never tried. Let's give her a shot. Hopefully she doesn't have a too hard of a goal. I'm going to run her in this 9 furlong in October. It's so long away, though. I don't really want to wait that long, but I guess I don't have a choice. There's nothing. Osaka Mile, I want to keep that open for an actual dirt horse we need to try to win that with. So I'm going to try running her in this 9 furlong. No, it's pretty long for her. She's definitely a sprinter. There's really no good races for her, man. This is kind of annoying. Trying to get her a title, even though I think she's safe, but While Champ Cup, it's still kind of a stretch. I'm just going to have to run her in just the shortest race, even if she carries a handicap. Like this grade 2, she doesn't have an impulse. That's what I'm going to have to do. Maybe I'll just have to be more simple-minded in that regards. Don't shoot too well beyond her means. But that'll do it for this episode. Appreciate you guys for love and support on the channel. But till next time, I was Rooster Gamer signing out. Hope you have a great and fantastic day. I'll see you later, and goodbye.